guys, this is Miss Collins here. I am going to be using our virtual manipulatives board to show you how to add and subtract your fractions with unlike denominators. Now, you guys are going to have access to this virtual board in the next 2 slides where you're solving the problems for yourselves. When you click on the picture, you're going to come over here on the left, and when you click that fraction tab, it slides out all of your fraction tiles. So that way, if you're having a little bit of trouble trying to recreate some equivalent fractions, you can just drag and drop these tiles over here and line them up without a problem. So I'm going to start off really easy. Let's do 3/4 plus 1/2. So I know that I'm going to be adding these 2 fractions together, but I can't do anything with them yet. I cannot give a final sum until I create an equivalent fraction. Now, I have to create an equivalent fraction because my denominators are different. And we know that we can't add 2 fractions together when their denominators are different. So there's 2 ways that we could do this. The first way is by dragging and dropping our tiles over here to create an equivalent fraction. The second way is using the big 1. I'm going to do both. So the first thing that I noticed with this is I know that my halves are equivalent to fourths. So I'm going to take this 1/2 tile and I'm going to drag it down here at the bottom. Now, I want to see which fourth is equivalent to my halves. So I'm going to take these fourths tiles and I'm going to line them up under my halves to see how many fourths it will take to become equivalent to a half. Now, when I drag my 2/4, I can see that 2/4 is equivalent to 1/2. So I can change my equation now to 3/4 plus 2/4. Now, the second way that you can do this is using your big 1. So when you use the big 1, that means you are multiplying your fraction by another fraction that's equivalent to 1. So I'm going to take that 1/2, and if I want to get 1/2 and turn it into 2/4, I know that I have to multiply it by 2 halves. Now, 1/2 times 2 halves equals 2/4. So I'm going to come back down here and do my 3/4 plus 2/4. Now 3/4 plus 2/4 is 5/4. What I notice about this sum is it created an improper fraction. If I want to convert my improper fraction into a mixed number, there are also 2 ways that you can do this. One way is with these tiles, and the other way is by decomposing our fraction. So let me start by using the tiles. Now it's going to get a little squished, but it's okay. I'm going to take out 5/4. I already have 2/4 out, so I'm going to take 3/4, line that up. You could line it up the best that you can. Sometimes these are a little finicky. 4/4. Let me just close that and see what happens. Oh, and it closes. Amazing. Okay, I'm going to line up my 5/4 there. Now, I already know that if my numerator is greater than my denominator, that means somewhere in here, I'm going to get 1 whole. So I'm going to take this 1 whole and I'm going to line it up along my fourths, and I can see that 4/4 equals that 1 whole, and I have 1/4 left over. So that means 5/4 equals 1 and 1/4. Now, the other way you could do this to speed it up is to decompose 5/4. So I'm going to take 5/4. 5/4 decomposed equals 4/4, which equals 1, plus 1/4. Now, 4/4 equals 1, and 1 plus 1/4 is 1/4. Your final sum of 3/4 plus 1/2 equals 1 and 1/4. This is what is going to be expected of you guys when you go into the next 2 slides. Now, again, you guys are going to be getting this in word problem form, so it's going to be up to you to determine the operation that you're going to be using. Just make sure you use your tiles, use your big 1, use your decomposing strategies, and you're going to be good to go. So good luck.